back to Books with Brandywine. Today is the first day of the new Kids Corner that I'm going to be having once a month on my book channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my son's bookshelves, and you will hear him in the background because he has one of his books and he's not letting it go. So these are my son's books. I installed these shelves myself. They are a little haphazard, but they are strong enough because my son has actually climbed in them when we weren't paying enough attention, and it didn't collapse, so I'm pretty proud of them. So we're going to go through, and I'm going to show you each of the books that we have in his shelf. So these are all of his nighttime books. I got Goodnight Moon from my sister, and I got these two books years and years and years ago, probably like 15 years ago, from Barnes & Noble. And they actually work as cards, like you can give them away, like get better cards and stuff, but I really like them. And here we have all of his little golden books. Yeah, there's a Grumpy Cat one. And Me and You, Grandpa and Baby book. Some more of his little kid books. I actually like Choo Choo Colors, the colors flap down. And a Bear Says Thanks book. I actually really wanted that book, and then they were giving them out at Chick-fil-A. These are all of his Star Wars books that I hope will someday teach him his letters and numbers. So far, they are precious, and he keeps trying to rip them. And some Nancy Drew books that are too small to fit on my shelf. Well, too big to fit on my shelf, but too small, so I put them on his shelf. And some more Sleepy books. I actually love Just One More Swim. And some more books. I actually got What Makes a Rainbow at my baby shower, and I love it. It has ribbons in it. And I will show you that when we go in depth on some of my favorite books. And these are some more of his My Little Treasure nursery rhymes and children's stories books. I kind of love the Hickory Dickory Dock. I will show you how it differs from our classic poem that we were so used to. I tend to pick up a lot of his books at some like free toy and book exchanges that they do in the city, so I have a lot from that. And then Finding Winnie I actually got from the Toy Lending Library, and it came with a little bear. So cute. Emily Winfield Martin and Ainsley Earhart are actually two of my very favorite children's picture book artists. And Kobe Yamada is another one of my absolutely favorite picture book artists. I mentioned the series in my November book haul, or my October book haul, I think it was. So I will be telling you more about these books and showing them to you, like some of the pages, because oh my gosh, this series, I can't even explain how awesome this series is. Andrea Azul is another one of my favorites. You can see she does her own artwork and storytelling. And I actually have the rest of her books being shipped right now because I want all of her books. I always wanted the Rainbow Fish, so I finally got it for my son's collection. And Too Many Carrots is awesome. I actually have a couple books from Katie Hudson because I love her stories and her artwork. And The Curvy Tree was one of the Land of Stories, but I loved the message in this book. So when we get around to talking about it in one of the videos, I'll share that awesome message. These are some of the Halloween stories that I keep on his shelf. I got I Need My Monster because I never wanted my children to be afraid of the monster under the bed, and I actually bought that one before I found out I was pregnant. In the Palace of the Ocean King, I actually got in a little free library, and The Man on the Moon was a continuation of the Legends or Gardens of Childhood collection that I have. And then What the Ladybug Heard, I actually got at the Toy Lending Library, and it came with a little ladybug hand puppet. So these are two really cool books that I have. These picture books are actually just picture books. There's no writing in them. And so it leaves the storyteller and the child up to create the story based on the pictures, the journey and the quest that they go through. So the story can continually change every time you read it. And we have more stories and rhymes for him. And then Where the Sidewalk Ends, which is actually a book that I have had since I was 7 years old. And The Happiest Mommy Ever, which is another one of those books that I bought before I was even pregnant. In fact, I bought it years before I even not met my husband, but years before we started dating. And these are some of my ocean-themed books. We have Shine, Three Little Words, and I wish I had the cover for Flotsam, but I don't. But it is so cool, and I cannot wait to show that book with you guys. If I recall correctly, it doesn't have any words in it. It's another one of those books that's all pictures, but it's really cool and really beautiful. I will give you guys like a preview of it before I do the actual video for it. But all of the pictures are like stuff like this, where it's like the ocean, but there's like modern stuff involved too. This is the entirety of our Dr. Seuss collection. And I have, this one is a journal, it's not the actual book, and this one is a graduation keepsake edition, and I'm going to do a video just on that, well, not just on that, I'm going to include it in my cool book traditions video that's coming out later this month. It's going to be number 5 on my traditions, so I will show that to you guys and explain to you guys what that is about. So these are actually some of my favorite standalone picture books. And Rosie's Time to Shine in particular has a huge impact on me because it's when I made a certain decision in my life. But The Little Raindrop is also one of my favorites because it talks about the whole water cycle, and it does it in such beautiful artwork. And I love The Library Lion because who doesn't love a huge cuddly lion in a library? Although it would be crazy for the librarian, it's actually really cool. And I love Benji's New Friend. And then these are my Disney Storybook collection books. And I hope to someday have a huge collection of all the Disney collection books. And then The Dot, which is a book that has, oh, I didn't even realize I had a signed copy. It is a book that has such a strong, awesome message, and I'm probably going to have a video just on that book, so I won't tell you guys about the message. So those are all of the books on my son's bookshelf. I didn't show you guys any of his Christmas books because I'm going to have a video just for that in my 12 Days of Christmas video. But I'm so excited to get to have this new segment with you guys, and I will see you soon.